A deadly virus breaks out and is spreading fast. What is your first move? Make sure my antivirus software is up to date. Take car. Grab mum. Kill Phil. Sorry Phil. Get Liz. Then go to the Winchester. Have a nice cold pint and wait for it all to blow over. Edit. I knew the abnormal amount of times watching this movie would pay off one day. Get shot and wake up in a hospital several weeks later. It's the only logical move. Tok. Alaska. It's about a 5-hour drive from where I live. Plenty of fish. Bears. Moose. Caribou. Rabbits. Sheep. Waterfowl. And fresh water. My father-in-law has a large cabin. Guest cabin. And shop with fuel. Advs. Tools. Weapons. Ammo. Ammo loading. A shitload of books. And all the hunting camping gear you could ever want. Plenty of timber to use as fuel. Edit. A word. I'd move to Madagascar or Greenland, of course. Stay at home and browse Reddit. Can't catch the virus if I don't come into contact with it. Although I'm not sure that would count as a first move because it's what I'd be doing anyway. Be realistic about your chance of survival and try and die in a way which confuses future archaeologists. Plug off computer. Edit. I'm an idiot. Contract it as fast as possible. Don't wanna be an outcast. I would activate my contingency plan for unforeseen nationwide troubles. The only good place to hide, whether there is a virus spreading, a world war or a zombie outbreak, is a well-equipped sailboat. You can travel all over the world to whichever place conditions are most favorable. In case of either a zombie apocalypse or world war, food shortages become the most serious problem. Even if you are out of the war zone, there is always plenty of food in the oceans. You're as safe as you'll ever be. If you want to get on some island, it's easy to observe it for a while from a distance to see if it's safe to enter. When there is trouble you can get out quickly. Eventually you might be able to survive on a remote uninhabited island. Once things have returned to normal, you or your descendants can return to mainland. Put a 357 bullet through my skull. Gas mask. Hazmat suit. Throw on a P100 respirator. With one of the dozens of cartridges I have sitting around. I'm honestly not very worried about a deadly virus with a short incubation time that spreads fast. The one that worries me is the deadly one with a slow incubation time. That doesn't get any public attention before everyone is infected. Create the following subreddits for the survivor community. So are off my bullet. Something you want to get off your chest during the pandemic. So are infection watch. A version of our suiciduac. But to prevent suicidal people from throwing themselves into a horde of infected or giving themselves up to other hostile survivors. So are random acts of ammo. A way to pay it forward. By giving away ammo. What other way can you spread happiness during a post-apocalyptic hell? So are APEC cooking. A way for people to share and experiment foods using a slow cooker. Water generator. Wild animals. And canned goods. So are BAT&DTZ. A way for bandits to connect and plan raids on the unsuspecting college students down at the barricaded IMCA. So are AskReddit. A version of our AskReddit. So are Zomzom NSFW. I think you get the idea. So are Meetup. A way for fellow redditors to meet up and form an alliance. Edit. Our AskReddit is now open and ready to be experimented with. Edit 2. Our random acts of ammo is now created and is a private subreddit. What the fuck? I love how everyone seems to think they'll be able to casually show up at some store and peacefully buy some provisions in this scenario. Businesses won't be running. Employees won't be coming in and the masses will be looting everything. If it were ever like the movies. Theirs is always one with an antidote. I'll find that person. Hunt him down. I would bathe in chicken fat. Whilst having a fap. Get up. Put on my scrubs. Grab my emergency N90 mask and keep as many people alive for as long as I can. I put myself in the way of sickness all the time. Not gonna abandon you fuckers because it's a little worse this time. 2 chicks at the same time. Load up on non-perishables. Grab a toolbox full of tools and a weapon. Pick up the wife and steal a boat from the harbor. Using my GPS. Which is still working. It's only early days in the catastrophe. I sail out to a remove island near the tropics. Enjoy the rest of my days as a farmer hunter where I raise 3 kids who are carriers for the disease but not infected per se. Eventually. Maybe not in my lifetime. Help comes and my kids return to rebuild the shattered remnants of our planet. Edit. I may grab the 200k microscope from work and in my spare time cure the disease as I have studied infectious diseases at university. Fashion a breathing mask out of a pair of underwear and strap it to my face and set off to work. Where I work in a supermarket. I back my car into the loading bay, which only a few in the store know how to open, and stock up on all the stuff we have in the warehouse. Head out to the family farm. My dad is pretty sure Obama is the Antichrist and is preparing for the end, so he's pretty stocked up on food, water and guns. Heading to Kansas, Nebraska to meet up with Mother Abigail. Use my key to gain access to the grocery store across the road in the dead of night. Stockpile food and cat food. And just stay in my house chilling out in the aircon. Watching TV and movies. If it kills me, it kills me. Might as well live a relaxing few more days before it does. Also, I'd finally give that boy what he wants and let him FCK me. Deny that it exists. Ronald Reagan. Find a cigarette. Find Norman Reedus. I probably patient 0. Considering recent luck. So, spread it to as many people as possible. Because I'm a DCK and misery loves company. If it is a zombie virus, my plan is simple. 1. Overdose on steroids. 2. Get bitten. 3. Become special infected and or boss mob. Microbiologist here. Get my hands on infected tissue samples, while keeping myself contaminant free in a hazmat suit or gloves and a mask. Isolate the virus. Inactivate it by heating it up, autoclaving it and injecting myself with the dead form. Or if I can attenuate it, then inoculating myself. Or find a person who survived the virus and try and inoculate myself with some of their serum if I have already contracted the virus myself. The immune system can fight off almost anything if it has enough time to mount a defense. A person who has survived has antibodies against viral antigens and would buy my body time to build its defenses. Clear browser history. Put some pants on. Have a massive panic attack and pass out. Or neck an entire bottle of spirits. 1. Collect go bag and go box. 2. Throw in all spare fuel cans. 3. Collect family and drive north. 4. Reprovision at cache 3 hours south of Canada. 5. Disappear into Canadian wilderness. Lick all the things. KFC. On lease time. KFC. Then I can die a happy man. 1. E4. FAP. Assuming the virus is airborne. First move. Hardware store. Get massive respirator. I know it's not rated for viruses, but it should at least help some. Make sure I get a bunch of extra filters. Get plastic and duct tape. Second move. Get a grocery store. Buy as much food as I can. Stockpile essentials. Flour. Fuck buying bread. I'll make my own. Carbon filters for water. Powdered milk. Canned goods. Butter. Frozen goods. And soap. Third move. Home. Seal all the windows. Get my brother over to help. Tell him to bring his guns. Food and ammo. His cats can live in the basements for now. Start watching the news obsessively and live like a hermit. Depending on state of the world. Either go to work, or stay home and live like a hermit for a few weeks until it all blows over, or I'm forced to leave the house to find food. I spend DNA points on air and water transmission to spread even faster. I should probably play Plague Incorporated a bit less. Allocate enough food and water to last me a month. My house is well stocked, so with any luck I wouldn't have to leave. Then I'd wait it out until my supplies are gone. Hopefully after that time the worst will be over and I can return to society.